Testing. Oh, player, I got to adjust it up a little bit. That's better. Where about like that? Like that. Get that out of the way. Somebody was on. Somebody snuck in here. Who was it? That's okay. I know you guys are ready. I know I'm ready. Stop, reset, power. And I know what that is. That is the 7 a.m. alarm. That's right. We are live. It is Thursday, May 28th, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. And we're live. We're live. We're live from a guy who does not know how to sing, and I know I'm way out of tune. But you know what? Just like Elf, you can sing anywhere. If you can sing in private, you can sing in public. Ha! Justin, my bro. How is everything, man? Does it sound good? How are you? How are we doing, bro? Yes, we got live. Well, good morning, business builders, and welcome to Business for Breakfast. Well, business is the most important meal of the day. I'm your host, Aaron Novinger, the Venti Business Guy, otherwise known as VBG. Our goal in this show is to make you 1% smarter today by unpacking business news over the last 24 hours, sprinkled with tips and tricks to help you mind your own business. Now, I think like you're here for me, and that's just my ego talking because I know you're here for the morning mark. But why do you like it so much? Is it because there's no props required, no drinks, no gear, just you and a functioning brain? We'll work with what we've got. Wherever you are, desk, truck, kitchen, job site, standing or sitting, it don't matter. You pick one thing today. One thing, not a list, not 10, not 3, just one. Now, mark it mentally, write it down. That is the line in the sand. That's the thing the day doesn't get to erase. That's the pause that sharpens the edge. That is the moment that turns noise into signal. It's the tiny act that makes business owners dangerous in a good way. That, my friends, is your morning mark. All right, business builders. You drive, I dive, buckle up, buttercup, and let's roll with today's show because it's a good one, man. It is a good show. Maybe the best Treat Yourself Thursday you ever been. Now, you guys know it's Treat Yourself Thursday, which means we always have to start with, in my opinion, the greatest minute treat yourself. Get ready. Get ready. Okay. Let me just make sure. All right. Turn it up. Are you guys ready? Treat Yourself Thursday. Parks and Rec 2011. What? Here we go.
3 words for you. Treat yourself. Treat yourself 2011.
Okay, first of all, We have to slow this thing down because it's on a speed of like 2. Okay. Now, can we do this again, please?
3 words for you. Treat yourself. Treat yourself 2011. Once a year, Donna and I spend a day treating ourselves. What do we treat ourselves to? Clothes. Treat yourself. Fragrances. Treat yourself. Massages. Treat yourself. Mimosas. Treat yourself. Fine leather goods. Treat yourself. It's the best day of the year. The best day of the year.
All right. Now, we do this every week. It's the best day of the week. I need to have my little AI app make that for the show, dude. Yes, man. It's Treat Yourself Thursday, which means it's the only day of the week you allowed to treat yourself. Okay. We know every other day of the week you have to give to the business, give to your team members, give to the family, give to the church, coach the kids crap. Like you got to do all this. Why can't you have one day for the week that you say, noise be gone, today belongs to me? All right. Now, you'll see also that our Scott Adams' How to Reframe Your Brain lesson is going to tie in perfectly. So I'm trying to tell you, you're going to be blown away when we talk about this day in history. The news is on fire because there's lots and lots of earning reports we got to talk about. Let's see. Then we're going to move into Treat Yourself and then the reframe, which, bro, I am so stoked about today's show. But let's jump into this day in history because let's be honest, bro, it is pure fire. You're not even going to believe what happened this day in history. It's mind bending. And you guys know the deal. The purpose of the show is to be that 1 hour church service for us mom and pop venti shop owners. The world kicks in our teeth and beats the crap out of us. And so this is the one time where we can come and there's no politics. There's no left or right. There's no red or blue. It's just us, misfits all hanging out together. Right. I figure I need this show. It's my daily kick in the pants. And I figure if I need it, y'all need it. I'm a big believer in eating my own home cooking. I got to do it first. And if I think it's delicious, I'll be telling you about it. Okay. So that's why we do this, man. It's for us to be encouraged, to be inspired, to learn, to laugh. My only request is if I do that, which you will learn and laugh today, guaranteed, hit a little like and subscribe for me. Drop some comments in, man. The algorithm loves it, and it's a brand new show. I think I'm 65. Today's my 65th episode. I'm like a baby that's like got a baby, like an acorn that's got a little sprig in the tail. Like that's how new we are. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, man. I just kind of feel like this show there's a void, and I feel like we needed to create this for us for the void, right? But let's talk about this day in history because it is insane. All right. Now, I I just okay, like okay, it's unbelievable, and I pull so much of this from everywhere. Okay, are you guys ready? Ready? Scientific. I couldn't figure out why yesterday, when I was kind of scrolling through YouTube and TikTok, that I kept seeing all of these clips from the movie Imitation Game. That's basically kind of like the inspired by the true story of Alan Turing, who basically single-handedly, uh, cracked the. And I say single-handedly, had a huge team and a lot of resources, but his brain cracked the Enigma machine that basically saved millions and millions of lives because we were able to know and predict where all the battles were. And today, 1936, Alan Turing submits on computable numbers. British mathematician, computer pioneer Alan Turing submitted his landmark paper for publication, introducing the concept of the Turing machine. It was intellectual big bang for computer science and algorithmic logic, defining the structural limit of what a machine could mathematically compute. I'm telling you right now, a lot of you guys have not seen this movie, The Imitation Game. Go watch it. It will it will be in your top 5 favorite movies of all time, and it's a movie you probably never even heard of. But the conflict that he dealt with, because he was also gay, and back during 100 years ago, being gay over in England, was not cool. And so he had a very, very tormented life. Well, you can't have a brain like that and not be tormented, period. And then you have to, confuse in like gender ideologies. And then it's like, how do you come out of that thing being sane? But I tell you, absolutely mind bending. And when you see his first machine that he made was all these like clicks and dials and all these things would like click, 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 and then click, and it was just amazing. And he called his machine Christopher because it was one of his favorite schoolmates and who passed away and changed his life forever. So he lovingly named his first Turing machine Christopher. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful movie. Go see it, man. 1946, the secret patent filing for the hydrogen bomb. Can I just ask, how the hell do you secretly patent anything? Does a patent office have like a back door that you can like submit crap, but then people can't see it? Like, how's that even possible? But physicist Klaus Fuchs and mathematician John von Neumann, formerly, is that Newman from Seinfeld? I wonder if they're related. Anyway, formerly filed a secret patent application for a hydrogen bomb design at Los Alamos. Bro, 1929, the first full color all taking picture debuts. The musical film On with the Show premiered in New York City. Massive breakthrough in media engineering and data sync. Bro, I remember like, because like the Wizard of Oz originally, I'm pretty sure originally was no, 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 no. I don't think, I'm almost positive that the Wizard of Oz since day one was black and white, and then the Land of Oz was color from day one. Tell me in the comments if I'm right on that, because like there's movies like It's a Wonderful Life that was made in black and white, and then they use Technicolor or whatever, and then they add color into it later, which is cool, but it kind of takes away from the authenticity of the black and white. I don't know. I prefer the black and white version of a lot of movies that were originally made in black and white. But Wizard of Oz, let me know in the comments, man. I don't. I think it was black and white in the beginning, and then color from the very beginning, but I could be wrong. Okay. Major world events. Indian Removal Act is signed. 1830. President Jackson signed this deeply controversial statutory measure in law authorizing the forced relocation of Native Americans. Basically, it was like, right, we landed here and we have better weapons than you, so we're going to put you guys in a corner. Nobody puts baby in a corner. I know, but we're going to put you in a corner. Okay. You better give us some amazing benefits. And bro, can I just tell you, Native Americans figured it out, bro. Like, you're going to abuse me? Fine. I'm going to take all your money. And nobody does casinos better than these dudes. And I'm going to tell you a story. In mid 2000s, like around 2005, Rebecca and I had built a house in a pretty exclusive neighborhood. I'm not saying that to brag. What I'm trying to tell you is like, I live 2 doors down from my urologist. Okay. So like business owners, like those doctors and stuff, it was like that. Okay. And then, so that way you kind of take the temperature of the neighborhood. And, but then like another house is being built like around the corner, and it was like kids. Okay. And we all as neighbors thought they were dealing drugs because this like the boyfriend, they weren't even married, it was like a boyfriend, and he always had like those like low riders in there, like really cool color painted tiny wheels sticking out, they could bump their car. And so we're like, oh yeah, for sure they're in drugs. It's like totally judgmental. And then I was talking to my builder who happened to be building their house too, and I said, bro, where's the money come from? Drugs, be honest with me. And he goes, no dude, casinos. And I was like, what? And he goes, yeah, she is Indian. And I was like, okay. And he goes, but she is like third generation from like the founding grandfather. And so her cut, I'm not kidding, she received from her cut of the family distribution of the money from, was $50,000 every quarter. Every quarter she got a check for 50 grand. Just for basically being bloodline. Quarter of a million a year basically ish, because it was profit based. And so some quarters it'd be 100 grand, but the lowest was like 50 grand a quarter. Insane, right? And so like, dude, Native Americans, you guys figured your crap out, man. What else happened, bro? 1923, I'm not kidding. Legalization of trousers for women. 1923. Did you know that it was illegal for ladies to wear pants? Yes, bro. Like, I know you thought that Hillary Clinton actually invented the pantsuit. She might be one of the first ones that wore it. Okay. And I got to be honest, not a big fan of the H. Okay. But bro, like that chick always had her clothes dialed in, bro. She was the queen of pantsuits. Okay. But did you know, bro, that was like 1923 when they were legalized, right? So, dude, U.S. Attorney General issued a formal declaration stating that it was entirely lawful for women to wear trousers anywhere they pleased. What? Wow, bro. Wow. Bro, who else has got birthdays today, man? Oh, man. Jim Thorpe, 1988. Um, first bro, he was Native American. I didn't know that. Became the first athlete to win Olympic gold medals in the US in both the pentathlon, and decathlon. What? Okay, hold on. What's the difference between decathlon and pentathlon? You guys can like, hey, idiot, do you know the prefixes? I know, but it's been, I'm not a fourth grader anymore. What is the difference between bam? Okay. All right. So the pentathlon is a sport combining fencing, swimming, and equestrian jumping. Okay. Wait, so hold on. The pentathlon, that was ancient. I want to know what it is today. Just freaking tell me. Oh my gosh, dude. Whatever. I'm not messing with it. You should just tell me what it is, not make me scroll through all these freaking things. Anyway, stupid. All right. I apologize for my little rabbit trail. Let's see. Exploration. Check this out. You guys remember talking about apes in space? Right now, this day in history, 1959, the first primates survive spaceflight. U.S. successfully launched a rhesus ma- macaque named Abel. Launched a rhesus macaque, like the macaque monkey named Abel, and a squirrel monkey named Baker into space aboard Jupiter IRBM missile, reaching an altitude of 360 miles. The capsule was safely recovered in the Atlantic Ocean. And I'm assuming they both were alive when they opened up the hatch because it said they successfully like made it back. So, or maybe we successfully launched them in, and when they landed, they were dead. I don't know, but we launched those bad boys in. What else is going on, man? What else? Fun fact today. Oh my gosh. Okay, first of all, these two fun facts, the national days, you guys know we rank these things gold, silver, and medal. We put them on podiums, bro. And sometimes we have one national day, sometimes we have two or three, sometimes we have five, and we rank them. But, bro, this might be the first time in National Day history that we might have a tie for gold. I never say that. I'll let you I can't determine which is gold. To me, both of these horses cross the line at the same exact time. To me, okay? The first is National Hamburger Day. Yep, that is today. But it is also National Brisket Day. What? 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 National Hamburger Day and National Brisket Day. How in the hell are both of these on the same? You think like which came first? Let's say but if I'm picking, like I'm in the brisket industry, I'm like, I need, and I'm like looking at the calendar, I'm not going to put it on National Hamburger Day. Why in the hell would you put your day on top of National Hamburger Day? Because don't you want to be like seen, bro? I, both of these days, mind bending, man, absolutely mind bending. But I'm telling you, it should also be Alan Turing's National Day, bro, because what he accomplished, unbelievable, unbelievable, changed the world, and just so grateful for these individuals. Tomorrow, is Good Friday. We're gonna spend the whole day talking about Thanksgiving and gratitude and who we thank and appreciate and all that. Today, remember, is about us. But what a great, great day in history, right? You guys know today's show, and every day's show is about you learning a little, laughing a little, being inspired, being encouraged, man. This show is for us business builders, us mom and pop venti shop owners. I figured, look, I need a little encouragement in the morning. You probably do too. If you guys do me a favor, like, subscribe, that means everything to the channel and to the algorithm. And then also, if you want to know what it is that we do and how we do what we do, go to accountingplusaccountability.com. I got railroaded years and years ago, about 15 years ago, by a small business accountant. And it took Rebecca and I years and years to climb out of the hole. And so we said, you know what? We're going to build an accounting firm for us. Non accountants, we're small business owners. So we're the only accounting firm on earth that has a 2x profit guarantee. We do monthly accountability coaching with our owners. Nobody does this stuff, but in the end, that's what we really need is mom and pop venti shops is a success partner who can help me succeed. You know, because the accountant's going to make sure my numbers are dialed in right, but they're not really there to help you succeed, right? And so, if you guys want to know what we do, go to accountingplusaccountability.com. Now, can we jump into our juicy news? Our juicy news. Yes, I got to sing it, bro. I got to sing it every time. But you can also see, look, you like it, new. So this is last year's for the bike ride. We leave literally on Monday, bro. Okay, so everything was in red. Okay, so literally this is last year's. This year's obviously says third annual. I've got some different sponsors, but and you guys know I'm obsessed with colors, and every day is a different color. So all the jerseys are color themed. Okay. And if you guys want to check out and follow along the bike ride, I'll be doing, me and Justin will be doing a ton of content in social media. I try to basically be present everywhere on social media. But you can also go to the Facebook page, which is search for Pedaling Against Ponzi's. I'm pretty sure it's the only one on planet Earth. And so once you start searching for it, you'll be able to find it. And openly, it's an open join page. And then if you want to know more about the event, you can go to ponzirelief.org. But I'm so excited because next week, every day, like we'll be set up in a different place because it takes me about 6 weeks. I ride my bicycle from to Washington, D.C., to raise awareness for Ponzi schemes and financial crimes. But like raise awareness to the crime, but also try to bring a lot of awareness and healing to the families that are affected by it. I've never seen a crime that has more silent victims because they're so embarrassed and ashamed. They tell no one. Oftentimes, the kids don't even know about it until they're reading about it in the family will, which is devastating. It's just devastating. And so we do this to bring light to this horrible, horrible crime, and to get to make a difference and to change lives and change laws, honestly. But next week you're going to see every day doing the show. We'll be in a different place. Sometimes there'll be mountains behind us. Sometimes there'll be grass, trees, water. I can't wait. I can't even wait. I'm so excited about it. And I can't wait for you guys to join me on this trip, on this journey. I think it's going to be the best one yet. We've got everything dialed in. It's going to be awesome. But again, if you guys want to read about why we do what we do, go to ponzirelief.org and you can read. Okay, cool. Remember, I told you guys earnings we got to talk about. Sporting goods up 6%. Bro, why is this a huge deal, bro? Because to be honest with you, I've been such an Amazon shopper for so long that I honestly don't even think about going into like places like Academy or Dick's Sporting Good. And it's really, really good to know that big brick and mortar retail is seeing revenue increase. Now, my guess is that big push might be from online, probably, but still really, really cool to see consumer spending still on a crazy passion. But maybe also a lot of it has to do with the price of oil and the gas. Although I paid the highest cost of fuel yesterday than I've ever paid before. Like to go back from the first of February or the end of February when I first clocked in, and I know, don't be jelly. In the Midwest, I was paying like $2 a gallon. And everybody in California is like, oh, what? I paid that in like 1995. I know, bro. I know. Okay. I'm not complaining. I'm not playing the world's smallest violin. I'm just reporting what happened. And then I literally get gas yesterday for 40 a gallon. Like say 240% increase, like 100%. No, 140% increase. Yeah, that's insane. So everybody's had 140, 150% increase. So if you're only paying $5, you're paying 10 to $12 a gallon. Like it's unbelievable. But it's great to see that the price of oil is neutralizing again. Like it's back under $100 a barrel. I think yesterday at one time it was like $85 a barrel, which is amazing, bro. Like where everything just hums is somewhere between 60 and $80 a barrel. It's everybody makes money. And it's such an enormous driving force to the overall economic temperature of not just the US, but the entire world's capitalist systems. Like oil is an unbelievable temperature gauge for how everybody's doing across the world. Like it's a universal temperature gauge. It's weird. And so to see everybody spending, that means people are encouraged, bro. But who else, bro? Lowe's tops Q1 with AI tools and an amazing Mr. Beast partnership. I told you guys this a couple months ago, man. My neighbor across the street, Larry, works at Lowe's. He's one of those dudes that's like in his 70s. He like literally he and his wife are totally set up fine. He just works there a few days a week because, to do something. And to be useful and helpful. And that's what's so great. Men want to be helpful, men want to be useful. Okay. And so working there, they will enjoy being useful. They feel needed, appreciated, and valued. They feel knocked. And they make some extra cash too. And, but he was telling me, I think this is a few months ago when we were chatting about how all of the aisles in the stores now have these little AI cameras, and the AI cameras will actually watch who is there, and it actually analyzes if somebody's like browsing, and then it signals the associates in the store to send an associate to help that person out. You don't have to call; the camera sees that you're shopping and that you're looking, and they will send an associate out based off of that. And it's funny because he was telling me about how one of their associates um, uh, was a female with long hair, and they wear that red vest, but her hair was covering up the logo on the back, so she looked like a customer. So she was actually in an aisle helping a customer, but the system thought it was like two customers needing an associate. It was actually a customer and associate, and so they kept sending associates because they didn't know that she was the associate. But this is AI, bro. This is how AI gets used to actually be useful and helpful, right? And they've got an amazing partnership with Mr. Beast, bro, who is just on top of the world. His brand is worth billions. I think like 3 billion. It was something insane. He got like a $5 billion offer for the everything Mr. Beast brand, which is just enormous, bro. And by the way, his chocolate, it's delicious. It is. What else is going on for earnings? Abercrombie beats EPS, but Europe demand softens. I don't even know how they're even in existence, man. After the founder, CEO, and I'm pretty sure that was him, got nailed with all that Epstein crap. I'm pretty sure that was him. And if not, I apologize. But I don't know. I just feel like, I mean, I knew that Abercrombie was big when I was growing up in the '90s. I just don't know. Obviously, I know zero about fashion, but I just don't hear about them that often. And I can't believe that demand is still strong for this brand, which is great, by the way. Very, very smart people if you can make your brand relevant decade after decade after decade. What else is going on in the news today? In the news. Mm, mm, I'm looking right now. Oh, 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 oh. This is current administration, Mr. Orange Man refiles his $10 billion defamation lawsuit against the Wall Street Journal. Yes, yes. Filed that massive lawsuit because of the reporting on his alleged Epstein ties, right? But look, we'll find out, bro. We will find out, man. It kind of seems like whoever's in the current administration controls and rules the roost. And this dude look, he's playing by the same rules that were played against him. Look at how he played politics in 2016 in his 2016 term, which would have been 45th term, and then look at the 47th. 47th played exactly how it was played against him with 46. Yes, yes. The way 46 played politics against number 45 is exactly how 47 is playing politics today. It is a tit for tat. And I'm not saying it's good nor bad. I'm just saying if you had the stuff that happened to you, the same stuff that happened to him, I would just reserve you making a comment until you have to walk in somebody else's shoes. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I've been through hell and back the last 10 years, multiple times, man. And it's difficult to understand what people have to go through until you go through it yourself. And then when you go through it yourself, you are free to make all of the comments that you want, right? But what else is going on in the news? Dan Martell, this dude, he's one of my favorite follows on X. There's a handful of people, him, Dickie Bush, Justin Welch, and these dudes just put fire, this constant fire out. Okay. And so Dan basically says this: the first 100,000 is the hardest, not because of the math, but because of the belief. I would agree and also disagree, because success is not something you're born with. It's a skill that you must learn, and which means it has to be taught to you either by somebody that's in your circle, or you have to do what I did and kind of learn it from yourself by all the greats. All these books changed my life. All these, okay. I've read hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. These are some of my favorite right here, right here. And so they kind of became my teacher and taught me that. But I grew up with Navy parents, bro. You like I tell people, my childhood I spent in Philadelphia. I didn't even know I was a white kid until I moved to Texas. Like, you don't understand what it's like growing up, when you and everybody around you has no money. I jokingly tell people we were not poor growing up. We were po. We were so po we couldn't even afford to finish the word, bro. But it teaches you stuff. But here's the thing: nobody, when you're growing up in inner city and you're growing up, and like, below middle class, nobody is teaching business classes on the weekend. No, you don't. Nobody even talks about this stuff. And so I think Dan might be right where there's a lot of belief system, but also and not only that, you have no resources. So, like, you hear people all the time who are like literally insanely rich and like, oh my God, like if I had to start over and lost it all, like I would do this. Yeah, moron. You have all your connections, all your network, you have everything. That is the hardest thing to gain, is in with your networks. It's those people that pull it all together. Okay. So something like a Taylor Swift can literally like lose everything, rebuild it because of her network. She has the best people on planet Earth on speed dial who answer the phone when she calls. Of course, you can start over from nothing. You already are successful. You have the resources, which is the people and the money. You have the connections. You have everything you need. So I think Dan is right. Part of it is mindset, but also part of it is who's teaching you how to do this. The first 100,000 is the toughest because nobody knows you, nobody trusts you. The first year I did the bike ride, Tracy Herbert was my coach and mentor, and she's done these events every 10 years. And she told me, she goes, look, nobody's going to want to help you the first year. And she goes, but here you have to understand why. Everybody talks about doing something like this, riding, their bike across the United States, walking across from state to state like freaking Forrest Gump. People talk about swimming the English Channel, whatever. Okay, but less than 1% of the people that talk it actually do it, and then the people that start it, a very small percentage actually finish it. So people need to see you with a track record, and then they will start trusting you. Oh, okay. So once you start becoming successful in business, then people start like lining up. The first time you go to the bank for a business loan is always the most difficult. Then after you get the first one, the rest of them are easy. The first business you buy is always the most difficult. Then after that, people see you're turning that around, making it successful. Then the rest are easy, easier. Right? Is this making sense to you guys? Like, bro, I'm telling you, man, today is just fire, bro. Freaking fire. What else is going on? Aaron, not obviously this Aaron, but different Aaron. I think his handle on X is I am Aaron Will. And he said this, bro, and I just thought it was powerful. The richest people I know go from idea to action immediately. There's no analyzing. It's just straight implementation. You'd be much further in life if you acted as soon as you thought. Try it. And bro, I have to be completely honest with you, man. I For me, um, people ask me all the time, what are my keys to success? I execute at the speed of light. I have a saying that I've used my entire life. Not done is better than perfect. I do not believe in that. I see some done work that is complete shit that someone needed to wait just a little bit before they released it. I modified that 25 years ago to say done well is better than perfect. Done well is better than perfect. Okay. We know perfection is the enemy of profit. And so you must execute quickly. When I was in ministry, this is one of my big things. I beat this into all of my team's head. Everybody that I served with, they all knew this: execute quick, execute quick. And so we had this thing called. I was pastoring at a church called Creekwood, and so we had this thing called Discovering Creekwood. And I remember the first couple times, like we launched this thing, and I was like, "No, it can't be perfect. Does it look good? No typos, right? Everything's centered, okay, so that it's not crappy. Looks good. Release, release the secret weapon, okay." By the time we come out with version, 3, 4.0, our, I say competition, is coming out with version 1.0. Put a priority on executing quickly and well and often. And the other thing you have to understand is how your body reacts, because every time you have an idea and then you execute, and I got to be honest with you, this is one of the most difficult things with ADD, because we think of ideas constantly, and then and we're moving so quickly that the thought of hitting the hitting pause, putting the car in park, and then hanging out, and then implementing and or executing on the idea, it's like, ah, that's homework. I want to do more fun stuff like creating. But the problem is that you get addicted to creating and not executing and implementing. And it is one of the most difficult things. If I can go back at my 50-year-old self and talk to my, you know, 30-year-old self, 25-year-old self, I'd say, look, dude, your ideas are great. Have an idea, implement it, analyze it, evaluate it, implement another idea, you know, evaluate it, like execute, evaluate. Like I would say slow down a little bit, because what happens is if you don't get a hold of that, you'll basically develop a habit of releasing dopamine on ideas you have. But the problem is, ideas are as useful and as worthless as a grain of sand on a beach. Everybody has them. They get caught in your shoe. They're a pain in the rear. Everybody has them, bro. They're as plentiful and as useless as a grain of sand on a beach. What takes the idea and actually, yeah, everybody that the Titans, everybody had the idea. Remember, we talk about it every day on the show. Success is a two-part formula. It's a two-part formula, and it's easy. Part one, planning. Okay, creating. 25% of success is planning. 70% executing. 25% planning. 75% execution. And then, right? I'm telling you, man. Matter of fact, it's misery if all you do is create and you don't execute. It's misery. Misery. When you're high capacity and you're highly intelligent and you don't implement and execute, it's misery on the soul. And so I knew you guys would dig that, bro. I knew you would. I knew you would. Justin Welsh, bro, had some heat. The biggest flex on earth is choosing a smaller, slower life and still getting wealthy. And I tell you what, the reason why I like what he said is because, um, and it actually came from Bezos years ago. So Justin Welsh is a really well-known like solopreneur, and this dude's got a eight-figure business that he runs basically by himself. And but the thing is, you know that you can have that lifestyle even as a business owner with a lot of team members that you work with, that work at your organization. It is in how you engineer and structure your business slash lifestyle. And I remember it was Bezos, and he was talking about like, it didn't take very many years, and then like the day to day the stressors he wasn't being stressed by, because typically, um, the owner, the founder, like, usually basically is kind of like they have to isolate themselves, right? They got to isolate. You have to be very guarded about your energy. It's the most important thing that you have for your team. I would say like CEOs are not chief executive officers. You're supposed to make the executive decision with a big team, a team of like board of directors or executive council, but you really are the chief energy officer. Your energy is literally whatever your energy is. The team will give 80% of that. So if you are Ben Stein, the dry eye guy, or you're like freaking Eeyore, Winnie the Pooh, and you're like, oh, what a beautiful day. Your team's going to give 80% of that, bro. Is that the energy that you want that your customers do? Or do you want like energy like mine, bro, where I wake up, cup of coffee, and I'm like, I've got a buzz. Like I'm electric right now. I can feel it. Can you feel it? Energy is transferable. You can feel it in my voice. I know you can. Okay. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You are responsible for the energy you bring to your team. Listen to me. It's the biggest, most important thing. But you also are in control of your destiny. So, as the owner of the business, you should be working yourself out of running the day to day. And if you're not, it's because you're not trying to spot the talent within the organization. You're not taking your high capacity team members and putting them to work in valuable, important roles. And that's on you. That's on you. There's a lot of work you need to do on a therapist's couch to figure out why you feel that your purpose is to do it all. You're probably walking around with a scarlet letter, like kind of the martyr, like the martyr. You walk around as the martyr, doing everything. Oh, woe is me. Oh, this burden is so heavy. I'm such a martyr. Right? No, stop that crap, dude. Stop it. What's more important, telling the world how busy you are or actually engineering a lifestyle where you actually get to enjoy the day-to-day of living, where like what Justin Welch was just talking about, slow your roll. Like decide what you want to do during the day. That's why I love what I do. I get to work with the greatest human beings on planet Earth. We get to serve the greatest clients on planet Earth, and we have a purpose that I don't. To me, it's one of the most important things on planet Earth, which is saving the mom and pop. Like, come on, bro. Like, I get to tap dance to work and quoting Warren Buffett. So no, very, very thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate what Aaron said on that. Let me go ahead and kill that. Oh, bro. Mark Randolph, man. Fire, bro. So great follow on X. So listen to what he says. Somewhere along the way, startups got in their head that the way to take care of employees is to throw amenities at them. Kombucha on tap, nap pods, fireman poles between floors, cold brew, hot yoga, catered lunches Tuesday through Thursday. It's ridiculous. None of that is what your best people actually want. What they want is agency, the freedom to make real decisions and own real outcomes. And they want to be surrounded by other people who are just as talented and just as committed as they are. I mean, if I can be honest with you, I'm going to read you Richard Branson, his secret to starting billion-dollar companies. Okay. I'm going to read this to you. Okay. And your mind is going to be blown. Branson. I keep this on speed dial. Branson. Okay. Are you ready? Here's what he said. People asked him, the secret to building billion-dollar companies. And he said, as CEO, I have to focus on only three things. Okay. So, what Mark is saying here is CEOs think that what makes people happy is nap pods, right? Because you think, oh, if I build a company that basically gives the amenities of Google, then I'll have that. But you're missing the most important piece of the whole thing. That is secondary, right? What is prime time, what is like, varsity is right here. And by the way, it's not just Branson, Elon Musk, the guys that changed the world have the same philosophy. And people enjoy working for organizations that follow what Branson said here. He said, number one, my job is to craft the vision for how you're going to change the world and make it crystal clear. People enjoy being a part of a company that has purpose and not just, oh, we want to be more like eco-friendly and reduce carbon imprint by 4%. No, that is BS. No human being, and they like play like they get motivated behind it. Nobody gets motivated by that because they know it's bullshit. Okay. So stop the bullshit. Okay. And come up with a real purpose. Okay. And guess what? If you have a service based business, it's damn easy because your entire customer is people. You can literally create a mission around helping people suffer less in your own industry and then get your team members behind it. And then guess what? It's weird because you will start believing it. And so will your team members. And then guess what? When you believe it, they believe it, which means you get buy in. What? I know, right? Number one, craft the freaking vision. Number two, and this is him, this is not me. Find the best GD people in the world to go and execute on that vision. Sell them on that vision. Find people that get excited about what you're doing. The secret to doing impossible things is getting a team of high capacity people that believe in the vision. And then when you do that, number one, that's on you as the founder, right? Number two, find the people, sell them the vision. And then when you do 1 and 2 right, number 3 is a byproduct of number 1 and number 2. Number 3, give them the resources to do their job better than anybody else in the world and get the hell out of their way. Stop this micromanaging bullshit. When you have high capacity people, you will run them off if you micromanage them. Trust me. I've done this for almost 30 years. Yeah, I have a pretty good handle on how to work with team members and to get the best out of them. Uh, let them know often their talent and what you see. If you see it, say it. By the way, we're gonna when we talk about today. Actually, it's tomorrow's. You're gonna be really really happy with tomorrow's Scott Adams How to Reframe Your Brain lesson. It's awesome, and it ties in directly with Good Friday. But craft the vision, find the best people, give them the resource to do their job, and get the hell out of the way. Yeah, that's really tough, right? Right. That's what Mark is talking about here. Businesses are trying to supplement um, benefits over purpose. They're they're trying to substitute pleasure for purpose, and they will never work because pleasure is a rice cake. That's a little dopamine hit. Nap pods, dopamine hit. Rice cake. No fulfillment in that. Fulfillment comes from eating steak. That's purpose. And that's what Mark is talking about here. It is time for you to redefine the mission of your company. I swear to God, if it has to do with money, that is not a purpose. Money should be a byproduct. Those that want to be rich never will be. Money only follows contribution. Like, God, the titans that changed the world are the ones that said that. The ones that basically had their magnus opus projects that rewrote history usually were wealthy before they started the project. They were. They did it because they had a burden to take care of a group of people, whatever that looks like. Okay. So understand, if you are not lining up like that, it's going to be real difficult to find high capacity team members that want to hang out with you long term. It just will be. Okay. So, bro, Mark Randolph, freaking fire, dude. I mean, fire. Okay. Bro, what else is going on in the news? Man, I told you today was insane. Insane. Oh, bro, this is kind of crazy. Um, Biden sues DOJ to block release of special counsel audio and transcripts. What? What? You don't want that stuff coming out? What? But all presidents do this crap, bro. I mean, basically, they're the most untouchable human being while they're in office. So every president typically does this, bro. So that's why I said don't play left or right, red or blue. This has nothing to do with this. This is when you hold basically the highest seat in the world. You do things whatever you want to do, whatever you feel is best. That's what you're going to do. Okay. Something else that's kind of big going on with the Supreme Court right now. They settle a long they're settling a long-running Rio Grande water dispute between Texas and New Mexico. What? No way, bro. Because basically, however this thing basically decides on who gets this line share of this water, which affects everything: water access, agriculture. I know even like roads, freeways, interstates, towns. All that is affected by this one ruling. So big, big, big big issue here. Big ruling. But I want to find out what was the ruling? It just says this ruling, but what was it? What was the outcome of this ruling? Oh, they just ended the long run dispute. Okay. It's a settlement designed to end it. So I guess basically both states decided they figured out how they're going to split everything. Okay. New Mexico is going to forfeit 5.9 billion of gallons of ground underwater annually to ensure Texas receives its full share of the water. Wow. So New Mexico, I guess, was getting the lion's share of it, and Texas was like, not on my watch. I just lost my military pin. Boy, that's a big deal. Is my little thing right here? It sure is. Oh, thank God. My little thing was about to fall down. Are you guys ready to treat yourself Thursday? Because it is coming up. What'd you guys think of the juicy news, by the way? Pretty freaking awesome, right? I knew it, right? Dude, the fire that comes out every day for the news. And look, my challenge with you is I'm going to give you the news in a positive, encouraging way, right? No propaganda designed to get you to be emotional. I want you to be emotional, like like the movie Monsters Inc., right? And how there was like Scream, right? And then what they do? They figured out laughter is like 10 times more powerful than screaming. I would much rather have you guys be laughing and smiling on our show rather than having a fear adrenaline release because of fear that got activated because of what I said. No, thank you. This show is to be encouraging, inspiration. You're supposed to learn a little and laugh a little. And if I do all that, if you guys wouldn't mind, it means everything to me. It means everything to the show. It means everything to the algorithm. Like and subscribe. Maybe drop in a comment, man. I really appreciate you guys more than you know. And so, but let's kind of jump into the treat yourself Thursday because we've got a lot of great things to talk about and our reframe your brain, which, dude, insane today. I think it's going to be huge for you guys. But and also, if you guys want to just check out what it is we do for accounting and how we help mom pop venti shops, go to accountingplusaccountability.com, accountingplusaccountability.com, and you can schedule a time to talk with me about anything. And next week, bro, I'm going to be right here doing this show wearing this shirt. Well, this is my Thursday shirt. And you'll see I'll have this Business for Breakfast sign right here. And I'm going to have, but you'll see a different backdrop every single day starting next week. So take the journey with me. You guys are going to freak out. I got so many cool things planned for this next 6 weeks. It takes me 6 weeks to ride my bicycle from Dallas to Washington, D.C. And to be honest with you, man, it's the hardest, most rewarding thing I've ever done. And I can't wait for you guys to hang out with me on the journey. But if you guys want to learn what we do for accounting and how we help small business owners, go to accountingplusaccountability.com. Schedule a call with AA Ron. We'll talk about anything you want to talk about. And matter of fact, we'll talk on the road, bro. I'll schedule times while we're biking. And you'll be like, bro, and I'll be like, right here, man. And if we're doing Zoom or something, I'll show you. We'll Zoom. We'll do all that stuff. So, but that starts next week. 6 weeks, man. So let's jump into Treat Yourself Thursday, shall we? Okay. Okay. All right. Now, I got to be honest. So, you guys know that I'm a big, big believer in cold water. Okay. So, one of the things that I do, and I've done for 11 years, I think it's over 10 years, but for about 11 years, is take cold showers on purpose. I have not taken a hot shower in 11 years. When I first did a 30-day cold shower challenge. And I'll be honest with you guys, it changed my life. And I'm going to give a little plug here to, I think his name is Joel Runyon. Let me make sure I got that right. I tell you right here. Cold water challenge. Cold shower. Joel Runyon. Yep. So I don't know, 11, 12 years ago, he does this TED talk called the 30-day cold shower challenge. And I tell you, man, it was really crazy for me because everybody, like everybody's talks about cold water, the benefits of it. And I'm like, yeah, I was a lifeguard growing up and I was a competitive swimmer, which means basically most of my childhood and young adult life, I spent in cold water. I hate cold water. I hate it. Okay. Um, but he talks about, and I'm going to recommend for you guys, go watch it, man. It changed my life. And it's Joel Runyon's cold shower challenge. And it's a TED talk. And what he'll do, what you're going to see is he did something that was really interesting because he talked about specifically how he was having lunch with a friend of his and he's just kind of chatting about his life and he wants to start a business. And he's like, I can't start it because of money, blah, 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 this reason, that reason. And after he gets done, like, just diatribing all of his issues, then his friend's like, right, but why can't you start the business? It's like, are you not even listening? Because of this, because of that, because of X and Y and Z and blah, blah. And he goes, right. That's not your problem. You're not starting a business because of those reasons. You're not starting the business because you are not comfortable being uncomfortable. Let me say it again. He said, you haven't started these businesses because you are not comfortable being uncomfortable. Come on, bro. This is huge, man. This is huge. And he said, and his friend gave him the suggestion, said, look, I want you to take 30 days and take a cold shower every single day. Every day. Do not miss it. 30 days. We're scheduling lunch 30 days from now. 30 days. If you do this shower every day for 30 days, and we sit down again a month, you will start the business. He said, because the same reasons and excuses you give yourself why you can't turn on the cold water will be the same ones why you can't start a business. I swear. And after I saw this, I was like, oh my God. Because you have to understand, bro, I got crazy ADD. You guys know this. You hang out with me for 5 minutes, you know this dude's brain is electric. It is on fire. And the thing about an ADD brain is it throws tantrums. And when it says, I'm not doing it, it freaking turns into a cat when you put a leash on it. It's like this. Or like a dog that doesn't want to move, like a 200-pound dog who literally will not go on a walk. You're not making it walk, okay? Like freaking putting a leash on an elephant that's laying down. That's the way it is, trying to get your brain, your ADD brain, to do something it does not want to do. If there's a freaking tantrum. And so the most important thing that you can do for an ADD brain is constantly doing the opposite of what it wants to do. Okay. But you have to get creative in how you do it. And so I started that, bro, 11 years ago, and it completely changed my life. And you guys know I've been sober 11/25/2010 is my sober date. So I've been sober for almost 16 years, and I've taken cold showers for 11 years. Taking cold showers is so important to my mental fortitude, endurance, and health that I would go back to drinking before I went back to taking hot showers. I swear to God, I'm not exaggerating. It is that big of a deal for me because of what it teaches me and how to control this crazy, out of control brain of mine. It is probably the biggest factor that I do that puts that thing into submission. Yeah, do it. Remember, this is Treat Yourself Thursday. This is your day. This is what you need. You guys need to do this, right? Do and again, this is you guys doing something today for you. Okay. And you guys know I'm a big, big fan of manicures and pedicures. Okay. Go get the mani, get the pedi, get the massage. Okay. Go for a walk, bro. Okay. Like go for a walk. I'm telling you, man, it is the most powerful exercise. You have no idea the amount of endorphins that are released with exercise. I was just telling Rebecca about this the other day because when I'm training for my ride, those last couple of weeks, I'm on a bike hours and hours a day. I'm exercising hours and hours and hours a day. So, like this week, my workouts are 3 hours a day of constant cardio. So, when I say constant, let's have to get up and go to the bathroom, but it's constant, continual time under tension for 3 hours. But something magical happens to the body somewhere between an hour and an hour and a half of um, constant cardio. Okay. And I'm not talking about like hit training where you're beating yourself on the ground. No, I'm talking about steady state cardio. Something happens magically to the body an hour and a half in, where all of a sudden, because about the first 30 minutes of doing cardio is always tough because the body's getting into the flow. About 45 minutes in, it starts becoming easier. And somewhere between an hour and a half, the serotonin starts flowing. And it's like you feel it releases a euphoria feeling. You don't realize you think you don't have time. You think that you don't have the ability, you don't have the capacity, you don't have the time to do the exercise. But I'm trying to tell you, doing the exercise gives you so much more energy. You will double your productivity if you squeeze in an hour of cardio. And I mean, just jump on a treadmill, jump on a stationary bike, and don't even go hard. Build up your endurance a little bit, but don't even go hard. This cannot be something that is strenuous because if the mind starts not looking forward to it, it will find reasons not to do it. So the most important thing is build a system around being able to, um, build a routine around going and just make sure it's consistent. We talk about it every day. Routine is the key. Consistency sets you free. Routine is the key. Consistency sets you free. Okay. So make sure you guys jump in, take care of that. Now let's jump into the Scott Adams How to Reframe Your Brain lesson. This is my boy. You know that I lovingly call him my pops number three. We will look back 100 years from now and call him our modern day oracle. And he was the whole time hiding behind the Dilbert comic strip. Yeah, yeah, brilliant. And so every day we pull a reframe out of here, and then we just talk about it. And there's so many of these reframes that have changed my life. And tomorrow is going to be another big one that you're going to love. But today, man, listen to today's. I think today is going to be powerful for you, man. Because we're talking about Thursday, treat yourself Thursday. Here's the usual frame, the normal frame. And by the way, the scarlet letter M for martyrs have this mindset. Self care is selfish. The work doesn't get done if I'm taking a walk, right? That's the martyr. We're in the scarlet letter. That's the martyr. We both know that's not true, right? What is truth? Self care is inventory maintenance, man. You are the equipment. Skip your maintenance, lose the asset, right? So think of yourself as an automobile. It's the most complex automobile on planet Earth. If your freaking automobile needs a tune up, don't you need a tune up? Right? Right? If your car needs a tune up, don't you need a tune up? Your car is a machine. All machines need tune ups because the wear and tear of the machine causes things to break down. And so the machine must have maintenance. Why is it that we will prioritize and put things on the calendar to prioritize the maintenance of our external machines, but we do not prioritize the maintenance of our internal machine? Why is that? Why do you feel guilty? Right? Understand that your success has everything to do with the control of your mind. Was Marcus Aurelius, what did he say? Happiness is based off the quality of your thoughts, right? It's all there. Your thoughts, your body, everything. I tell people I'm the luckiest 50-year-old I know. I'm the fittest, fattest person I know. But I feel fantastic. I pinch myself every day when I do my trainings and I'm doing the bike or whatever I'm doing. I have no pain. I have no aches. Nothing. I just feel so unbelievably blessed that I get to do what I do. And I swear to the God of the universe, I will not take for granted what you gave me as a blessing. I won't do it. I will not do it. And I want to encourage you to do the same thing. If you're not slowing down to maintain your own machine, you are literally slapping the creator of the universe in the face and saying, no, this thing's not worthy taking care of. You gave me the greatest gift on planet Earth, and I'm not going to take care of it. That's what you're saying. That's not okay. That's not okay. You get to live and breathe. And I'm telling you, man, if you're over age 40, it will be a tough thing to build a routine of consistently um, working out. But dude, just go for an evening walk. Walking, bro, is the universal, like just that alone is going to keep you youthful and will release all the serotonin you need. Just go do it for an hour, right? Right. So that's what I'm saying, man. I hope today was a good day for you guys. I was so excited about today's Treat Yourself Thursday. I could not wait to jump into today, man. It's been a very, very powerful day, man. But remember, guys, if you want to find out what it is that we do for our small businesses when it comes to accounting, go to accountingplusaccountability.com. That's accountingplusaccountability.com. There's a gold button up there in the header that says Talk with Aaron. That's me. Schedule a call, talk with me. We'll talk about anything you want to talk about: payroll, business, accounting, taxes, strategy, consulting. Don't care. I love it all. This is my playground. I get to basically hang out with what I love all day long and get to do it with the greatest people alive and hang out with the greatest clients alive. I don't know, man. It's like pinch me. I just feel so freaking lucky, right? But look, man, what do you guys think? There's a lot of things we talked about today that you might be thinking are easy. Some of you might be thinking are hard. And you know what's weird? You're both right. My challenge to you is always spend some time every day you're working in the business, but carve out time every week to work on your business. Take that time to mind your own business, guys. Right? All right, guys. My name is Aaron Novinger, the Venti Business Guy, and you guys know what time it is. What time is it, man? Come on, dudes. Come on. It's time to get to work. Kapow!